So today is Wednesday, March 3rd. Happy middle grade March month. I'm just popping in to let y'all know that I've been reading lately. I've been reading this basically all week. I am currently on page 178. I'm almost on part 3. I could have made it last night, but I fell asleep last night. I'm literally like these few little pages, and then I'll be on part 3. So far this is about a girl named Sheena, or no, sorry, the daughter, Sheena the widow. Sheena the widow is a black widow alien. Sari is the last human that she knows of. Like, there's no other humans ever anywhere around her. This guy comes up to her when she was on a school field trip. He has split his mind or body, whatever you want to call it, into different beings, like hundreds of thousands of them, I think. And he's like, I know who you are, and I know where you come from. Meet me at Dock A, and I will tell you. So she ends up going to Dock A, and she gets kidnapped, and then her mother finds out about it because her comm thing, like her like these people, they have this technology. It's called the network. They have it implanted into them so they can talk, communicate, whatever, because they're different alien species, so they can talk to each other. So her network ends up going back to her place, tells her mom what's happening. She finally makes it home. Her mom ends up killing this guy called the Hood, and then her mom ends up passing away. She's on this ship, the Observer ship. She calls the dude who wanted to meet her the Observer. She's on his ship with a bunch of different aliens. She's bunking with this little fuzzball that's got a bunch of freaking eyes and can telepathically communicate with you and control your mind. If there's lights on, and they can fully see into your eyeballs and stuff. She is currently taking in her mom's memories, which is very, very dangerous for her. One, because she's a human. Two, because in any type of alien species, taking in someone else's memories can be lethal. But she chooses to take them in so she knows more about her mother, because she didn't know basically anything about her mother like prior to her death or anything. So, but it's very good so far. I'm in the part where she's learning about her mother, like she's going through her mother's memories. I don't know what part 3 is going to be. It's called Terra 3. This book is separated in all the terrors of the life forms. So there's Terra 1, Terra 2, Terra 3, Terra 4, and Terra 5. Terra 3 and up are super, super intelligent Terra beings. The little fuzzball that she is bunking with is a Terra 3. So the intelligence of this thing is like astronomical, like Stephen Hawking type of freaking intelligence. So that's as far as I've gotten in with that. Me and my husband had like a little book date last night, but I ended up falling asleep. So he got to finish his book, which is awesome. I'm glad he finished his book. It's a book I bought him for his birthday. But I am extremely happy that he finished it. Now I just got to finish mine, and then finish my audiobook that I'm listening to, so I can start my middle grade March pile. I am currently listening to Light of Uncommon Stars. I don't know how far I'm into it. I'm like maybe 40-something% into it. It's very good. It's about this transgender girl who is a violinist. She ends up running away from home because her father beats her because he said that she was becoming too much of a fag. Not my words, his words. Too much of it. being a violinist. So he beat her, like broke her ribs and everything, bruised her eyes and stuff. She ended up going to a friend's house. They treated her like crap also. Like, they stole from her. They even stole her violin and sold it. She meets up with this woman named Mazuka, I think, something. I can't really pronounce her name, even though I'm listening to it. She is a demon. She sends souls to hell, basically, to save her own soul. I presume that's what I've gotten out of it so far, and it's very interesting, very different. I cannot pronounce her name. I'm so sorry. She also runs into this old woman who runs this donut shop, who she ends up finding out is an alien. They're here on Earth trying to get this star to like reform so they could go back to their planet. But it's very good so far. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I am so glad. Hello, friends. So it's about 2:59. I finished the light of Uncommon Stars about an hour ago. I just was doing stuff with my son, and then my husband came and dropped off some food for us. So I am updating that I finished it. I gave it a 4 stars. It was very good. Very different. Not the typical sci-fi that I read. I really enjoyed it though. I would say go into it with some trigger warnings. There are trigger warnings inside of this book. Look up the trigger warnings before you read it. I am glad that I read it. I would love to own a physical copy of it eventually someday. Sorry. Other than that, I have not read anything else. I still need to read The Last Human. I need to pick that up and read some more pages today. I need to also read some. I want to try to finish The Last Human before I pick up any of my middle grade March reads, so I can focus on those instead of this. The problem is I'm reading it physically, and it's a really dense sci-fi book, so it's taking me a while to read, and the writing in it is small, which takes me even longer to read. I am really enjoying it though. I love the world building. I love the aspect of all these different types of aliens, and the one human sorry, I was turning the TV down. The one human that is surrounded by all these aliens. I love that aspect. It's very good. It's just super dense, and it's taken me a while. It did take me a little bit to get into the book, I will say. So if you're going to read this, go into knowing it might take you a bit to really get into the book. But once you do, you're really going to love it. If you love sci-fi and aliens and stuff like that. It's kind of like a mix of... I don't know what it is a mix of. Yeah, I really don't know what it's a mix of. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, though. It's extremely good. I really want to finish it before I do pick up my middle grade March reads, like I said before. So I'm going to try to get as far as I can into that today. I might just... I don't want to read it right now. So I might just read it later on today. If I don't read it later on today, I'll just read it tomorrow. As we do have all month for middle grade March, so that's good. So updates for Wednesday. That's what I have. I'll check in with y'all tomorrow. Okay, bye. Hello, my friends. So, still reading this slowly. I'm currently now on page 206, chapter 21. I made it to tier 3 like 2 chapters ago, but as you can see, I do look tired. I've had a long day. Also, this book, the writing in it is super tiny, so here, bub. Sorry. Sebastian, here. 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 Sebastian. So, it's taken me forever to read this book. Not like, I don't know what to say. All I could say is it's taken me forever to read this book. If it was any other book, I know I would have finished it by now. It's not that it's a horrible read, just the writing is so tiny and it's taken me forever to read. That's the reason why. Because I know if it was any other book, like the font size, I would have finished it by now. So, an update on what's been happening. She had to seek medical attention because she started getting memories of her and her family when she was on Earth. So she had to seek medical attention. Now she's seeing someone else on the ship. Some little fur thing. Not the fur thing she shares a room with, another fur thing that attaches. Her name is Sandy, and she attaches herself to something else. So that's that. I would really like to finish it, so I section off the last 2 tiers. The closest one is the 4th tier, the furthest one is the 5th tier. So you can see, if I push myself, I could probably make it to the 4th tier tonight. But I don't know how that's gonna go. My husband just went and is gonna go watch the new Ant-Man with his sister. I have to stay home with little guy. So, I'll see if he'll let me read. If he'll let me read, I'll read. If he doesn't, then I'll just have to wait for tonight when I can read. But it is currently Thursday, 2nd of March. I have yet to pick up a book for middle grade March. So, yay me. I'll check in tomorrow for another update if I read any. Okay, bye. Hey y'all, got good news. I just finished The Last Human. Oh my god, the ending of this, amazing. So there's a quote in the end of this that I want to read to you. So basically, she met with the network. The network had like a serious god complex. So he gave her and her, or it gave her and her race, her species, a second chance. And of course, us humans failed. Like, I knew it was going to happen. But this quote, it says, "But she does. She is a speck of dust in a galaxy that is also a speck of dust, in a universe that is not much bigger. She has held this universe under an infinite sky, and she has seen how small it is. She has been more death than she would have believed possible, and she has seen more death than she would have believed possible, and she knows that she's seen nothing yet. Reality is larger and smaller than she's ever imagined, and she is everything and nothing at the same time." Like, there are some beautiful quotes in here. Like, the Observer, not the Observer, but the network had so much to tell her and show her, and basically tell her, your species is the reason why I am deciding to kill off this planet, because they don't listen, they don't grow, they don't take in what they need to take in and help each other. They just backlash and cause war and violence and kill each other and stuff like that. Like, it's very thought-provoking. The network is very thought-provoking. There's also this part right here. It says, fortunately, my children know all about it, says another with a smile. And then above the music soars a single piercing voice, clear and rhythmic. I've lived a billion lives. I've died a trillion deaths. I've loved and fought and sailed the stars, but my heart I leave at home. So, Sorry is basically the new network, because the original one was just done, and he's like, if you could do it better than me, then you do it better, and you will see ultimately your species fails. So, this is a 4 out of 5 stars. It is really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I will definitely be rereading it. Not anytime soon, but definitely be rereading it, because I would like to annotate it more than what I did. These spots up here are for tier 5 and 4 and 5. So this book is broken up, like I said before, in tiers. So, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It did take me what felt like forever. Like, I started this on February 25th, and I ended it today on March 4th. So it felt like forever, only because the writing in this is really tiny, and it is a dense sci-fi, and it has a lot of world building, and you get different aspects of being the last human surrounded by all these types of alien type creatures. And because you are a human, you are considered the most dangerous species out there in the universe. So, very good. I highly recommend y'all pick up Zach Jordan's The Last Human. It was very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm glad I picked it up, and I'm super stoked because I was in a super sci-fi mood, and I'm glad I picked it up. And I still want to continue reading more sci-fi, so I will continue after I pick up my next read, and my next read is going to be A Babysitter's Guide to Monster Hunting, Monster Island, the third and final book in the Babysitter Guide series, trilogy, and gonna knock that out, and then yeah, I can't wait, but y'all should read this. And I love that this is a floppy. Very good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. 4 stars, hands down. And I forgot to say, today is Saturday, and thanks to Jen, I finished this book. So awesome. I will check in later for another update on A Babysitter's Guide to Monster Hunting, Monster Island. Okay, bye. Hello, friends. So, I picked up the third Babysitter's Guide, like I said. I am currently on chapter 11, page 76. And I am loving it. So, we jump in, where Kelly is getting some mean comments on social media, like everybody gets. And her best friend Bernie's like, don't listen to them, yada yada. The typical best friend talk about don't listening to comments. And she pans over and looks up, and there's a Valentine's Day dance thing going on. So she's like, hey, Bernie, you want to go with me? Bernie's like, whatever, you're going with Victor. And she's like, well, he really hasn't asked me. And then the school gets on a lockdown, and Kelly thinks it's a different monster. Turns out that it's just Kevin. We meet Kevin in the second book. And then he was trying to show her some of his drawings, because he got kidnapped when he was a kid and got turned into a monster by this werewolf guy who is a monster himself, which I'm pretty sure he transformed himself. His name is Boogie People Baron von Estenbolt. So yeah, he's a werewolf, a monster. I believe he's just a person who ended up turning himself into a monster, but here he is inside the Babysitter's Guide. If you haven't read any of these, you get snippets of the Babysitter's Guide that they talk about throughout all the book series trilogy, and I mark every time a monster shows up in purple. I went in and I marked every monster already, so I don't have to do it later on, because I'm like hybrid reading this, but I'm currently just listening to it because my son wants attention, so I'm giving him attention. Jen is actually just not doing sprints right now, so that's why I'm talking about this. I don't know if I'm going to finish it today. I might finish it today. I might get through half of it today. The writing is pretty big in it, and like I said, I am listening to it. So that is that, and I will chat with y'all probably tomorrow for Sunday and let you know if I finish this or if I'm starting a new book. Okay, bye. Hello friends, so today is Sunday the 5th of March. Yesterday I made it to chapter 3225, and during Princess's Sprints, and you can hear her in the background, during Princess's Sprints, I finished Monster Island. Super good. Gave it a 5 out of 5. Loved it. Enjoyed it. So, this is Kevin. And, this is Victor. Yeah, Victor. This is, Kelly Ferguson. And this is Bernice. So, they and, like, Kevin's sister, they all went to the island, as y'all know. Kelly fought Baron von What's-His-Face, the wolf. And they won. They defeated him. He had this giant ass monster come out of the ground. Kelly got a hold of him. That's probably his hand there. Kelly got a hold of the little gem that takes the little gem that controls him. So she basically saved their lives. Her parents actually let her go to the dance, only for like 5 minutes. Basically, Victor's parents let him only go for an hour because of the stuff that they did, and just left, even though they were grounded and everything, left the whole country basically. It was crazy. Super cute and adorable. I really love this series. I love the fact that it's a bunch of kids learning different things. I would definitely read these to my son, or let him read them for sure when he's older. Super cute and adorable. It's about like found family, found friendships, something to I don't think it would scare any kids, but it's super cute and adorable. I love this series. The movie on Netflix was really good too, so I recommend the movie. Love the series. This one was a 5 out of 5 for sure. I'm sad that it ended, but I'm glad that I finished a series. So, super stoked and excited that I finished this. And the next book I'm going to pick up is How to Heal a Griffin. I don't know who wrote it, but I'll put the picture up above in front of this book, and I'll let y'all know what I think about that book, because I'll probably finish that book today too, during Princess's Sprints. So, gonna get off here. I'll chat with y'all later. Hello, my friends. So, I DNF'd How to Heal a Griffin. I was listening to it, and I kept, like, wandering off, and I had to go back and re-listen to parts that I wasn't paying attention to. I couldn't get into it at all. Like, it's not a bad book. I really couldn't get into it. I am extremely sorry. It's just not a book that was for me. I recommend it to a middle grade kid who is looking for something similar to their heritage. So I would say Mexican American kids. I would recommend that book to them because it would be right up their alley. Sorry, the sticker my son put on my glasses keeps trying to come off. But I would recommend that for them. It wasn't, I couldn't get into it. I don't know if it was the writing, maybe. I don't know. But the story wasn't for me. It was an interesting concept. It was a girl who, her family is like healing witches. And she wanted to heal animals instead of humans. But she was constantly under the shadow of her brother. Like, everyone was comparing her to her brother. Her brother was trying to force her to become a healer for humans, even though he's buddying up to griffins trying to get their feathers. Her aunt didn't want to become a healer of humans. They basically not disowned her, but they just didn't want nothing to do with her, and they only called her if it was a serious circumstance. Like, they called her aunt to come watch her and her brother because they had an emergency happen in Japan. So, like, her aunt and her dad never stay in the same room whatsoever. So she wants to be kind of like her aunt, and I didn't get as far in to see what her aunt's opinion was, but the book just wasn't for me. I don't know what else to say about that. I'm deeply, like, not hurt, but I'm not, like, annoyed or anything. Like, I really wanted to like the book and everything, just it wasn't for me. So I'm not going to force myself to read it and give it an extremely low rating because I couldn't read it, so I just DNF'd the book.
If I could begin to be half of what you think of me, I could